Our next guest in the studio is Elizabeth Melendez-Fisher, President and CEO of Selah Freedom. Welcome back, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Nancy.
We're going to kind of backtrack a little bit because there are folks that come into the community that may not know a lot about you and how you first got involved with Selah Freedom.
Right.
So let's just get a little background if that's okay.
Yeah. You know, we were just really looking to find an underdog charity to highlight for an event. And when we started asking, I just moved from Chicago, so I wasn't real familiar. So I was as shocked as many of you will be hearing this now. But we were told that our old and local children are being sold for sex, and how about highlighting that? And I'm like, what?
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable, yeah.
Now, again, we've mentioned, and this is very, very, very disturbing, the statistics for Florida.
Yeah.
Tell us how high they are. I mean, it's really...
Well, what I think is so hard and what's so difficult, and if people really get this, they could put their brain around the other, because the rest is just symptomatic of this epidemic that we have. So 1 out of 3 little girls today are sexually abused.
Starting at what age, Elizabeth?
A lot of the times 3, 4, 2, 3. Some of ours as young as 2, 3, 4 years old.
Family, people they know.
Always somebody they know. And I love that this is getting so much attention in the media, because it's the root of what we do. It's under this. So if a little girl is made to keep a secret from somebody that she's supposed to have this relationship of trust with, and something's happening, when they're little they don't quite get it, but by 12 to 14 statistically there's something that just, it goes, it can't handle it anymore.
Can't hold it anymore.
And those are the girls that either you will hear people say, oh, she's just such a slut. I'm like, how old is she? 7th grade. I'm like, there's no such thing as a 7th grade
exactly.
slut.
And
Come on.
I remember hearing that. When I was younger in school,
right?
Those girls. How do you explain this? I mean, where does that
what
come
happens
from?
is when a girl has been abused, and if you think of the numbers that are being abused, when she's finally done with it, something in her can't take it anymore. So the girls that we end up with run to the streets, and on the streets within 48 hours, 80% of our own runaways will be approached by somebody that knows exactly what to say. You know, are you hungry? I bet your parents didn't know how to love you. I'll love you. And that's all it takes. But for those that don't run away, they start acting out in other ways, and then they just get labeled and have worse of a journey. So my passion, the reason I'm in it, is because sex trafficking is the hot topic today. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, these girls, they're sold 15 to 40 times a day.
A day.
A day, and that is truth. And you know, it's just, they're turning them one after the other. Guys are just sending in the next guys. But if we could teach the audience to understand what's happening before a girl runs to the street or runs out. And that's why I'm excited about our prevention program.
Okay, and tell us about that.
Well, you know, you're always like, what's the new thing you're excited about? And you know, our prevention program, because we do housing, we have safe houses, but that's a girl that is over 18 and has missed every developmental intervention possible. And we have to restore everything. Though those girls, 75% of our graduates do end up in college. But the program that we've launched now, our prevention arm, is fantastic. We have programs that are ready to go in all of the HOPE curriculum anywhere in the state of Florida. We have a more intense 6 to 10 week group that will help a little girl realize what girls will often say when we lead this group with them, and we have a survivor lead it with a clinician, and a little girl will say, you know, before that group, I thought a pimp had to have a purple hat and a gold tooth, you know, feather. She said, now, I know, my brother runs girls.
Oh my gosh.
Because the boys are starting to like use girls. Girls think they're chosen, having sex with them, they have sex with him, and the boys are making money off of doing this. So they're learning from the lowest level to organized crime how profitable. So we want to get in there and have, this little girl said, now I see it.
Okay. I know you have a success story you want to share with us.
I
about someone.
I do, because this little girl didn't have prevention. And if someone had caught it earlier, or if her mother had been educated, her mother would have known, oh my gosh, red flags. But her mother didn't know. Her mother kept saying, why is she such a screw up? Why is she in so much trouble all the time? Nothing but demoralizing her daughter.
Making it worse.
Worse, because the girl's like, she'd been molested by a cousin that moved in the home, and then a stepfather started sexually abusing her, all kept in secret, with the mother being like, why is she acting out? She came into our program, and for the first time had really safe women come around her, taught her fun things, like she went ice skating for the first time.
Oh my gosh.
She learned how to cook. No one bothered with her. She was a pain. No one taught her anything. They taught her how to cut vegetables. So the most beautiful thing that we like to share is because we restore all of the norm that's been stolen. So she made all by herself the most beautiful chicken noodle soup, and she was so proud.
I bet.
And after being with us, her mom for the first time said to her, I'm proud of you.
Oh,
She now gets it.
Oh.
Right?
Thank you for sharing that. That
Yeah.
is beautiful. And I know you have many more, and we'll have you back to talk about those. We're, let our viewers know where they can go to find out more and what we can do to help you.
Our website is selahfreedom.com. So Selah, Hebrew word to rest, to pause, to reflect, SELAH, freedom.com.
Wonderful. Elizabeth, thank you again so much for being here and for all your wonderful hard work.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Thanks.
After the break, we'll talk with the ringmaster of Circus Sarasota.